the woman suddenly felt something blocking her way. But when she looked, she couldn't see anything. She thought she was hallucinating. But when she reached out her hand, she felt a cold, smooth sensation on her palm. There was an invisible wall in front of her. The woman was startled by this sight. She hurriedly turned around to look for another way out. Soon, she saw a couple by the roadside. One of the elderly people was fetching water outside the house. The woman excitedly rushed forward to ask for help. She was again blocked by a transparent wall. Undeterred, she hurriedly pounded on the wall for help. No matter how loud she shouted, the two elderly people inside the wall seemed unable to hear her. Just as the woman was about to give up hope, she suddenly noticed that the two elderly people in front of her were frozen in place, like a photograph. Strangely, the water in the elderly man's hands was flowing normally. At that moment, she noticed an old, abandoned car, and found a map inside. So the next day, he followed the map's directions to the other side of the mountain. There, on the edge of a cliff, stood a eerie, withered tree. Hanging from the tree were a dozen or so tattered clothes, like ghosts swaying in the wind. Faced with this terrifying scene, the woman dared not linger any longer. She hurried her pace, and headed deeper into the mountains. Just then, she suddenly saw a logging truck parked by the roadside, with logs still swaying eerily on the back, as if they had been moved just a moment ago. The woman cautiously approached, but the next moment, the stick in her hand was suddenly blocked by something. It was that invisible wall again. Her eyes filled with disappointment, but she did not give up. She then followed the map and explored all the nearby mountains. Finally, she figured out the range of the invisible wall. It was like an invisible dome. Although she could see the village outside the boundary, there was no way to reach it. Back home, the woman picked up a pen and wrote down what had happened today. And this would be her last diary entry, because both sides of all the paper had been filled with her writing.